So, mindfulness. You start in mountain pose, which is basically just stood with your feet roughly shoulder width apart and just kind of standing. And we can arrive here feeling free to let go of anything that we've brought with us today. We can shift our focus to our feet and the contact that our feet are making with the ground. Shifting our focus to our feet can help because it's the area of our body that is the furthest away from our heads, which is where we spend most of our time. And we can just become aware of what that contact that our feet are making with the ground feels like. If standing's uncomfortable, you can also do this sitting on a chair. Maybe start to gently rock from side to side, really giving ourselves permission to slow down. And just be curious about what all of those micro movements of different muscles feel like, what the sensations feel like as we move. And slowly we can rock all four corners of our feet and just be aware of what it feels like to do this. Feeling that connection where our feet are connected to our legs and the ground coming up to meet us, and the strength in our legs as we stand or sit. Now we can gently bring our awareness to our posture. How do our legs feel? What does it feel like to shift back and forth gently on our legs? And shift our awareness up our shins and calves. Maybe tilting the pelvis to check what feels comfortable for our spine. Bring our awareness to our shoulders, where we carry a lot of tension a lot of the time. And just check to feel whether they're rolled back, whether they're loose, how tense they are, whether they're held forwards or whether they're held upright. And just be aware of these sensations. Bring some gentle movement to them and relaxation if we can. Gently encourage the muscles in our body to relax as they support us. And feeling as if there is a thin string connected to our head, gently pulling us up while our feet are rooted into the ground and feel the earth coming up to meet us. And we're going to practice some head rotations. Always check in with your body to see what feels safe and comfortable for you. And obviously, if you have any injuries, then do what's comfortable and safe and disregard the suggestion if it doesn't feel right. We're going to start with our chin on our chest. Gently rotate so our chin is going round and up and pointed up to the ceiling and all the way round and down. Trying to keep our muscles relaxed as we do this. It's not about forcing anything. It's not about doing as much as we can. It's just about finding what feels comfortable for our body right now. And if we can, connect the movement with our breath, so it feels like our breath is moving our body. And see if we can breathe in as we rotate up and round. Breathing out as we rotate round and down. and give ourselves permission to really slow down. And once we've done a similar, what feels like a reasonable amount of neck rolls in one direction, we can switch direction and just do a similar amount on the other side. Again, moving our head with our breath, breathing in as we move up and round, and out as we bring it round and down. Feel free to have your eyes open with a soft gaze, not focused on anything particularly comfortable to you. Once we've done a similar number of rotations in each direction, I'm going to move to shoulder rotations. So as long as it feels comfortable, we're going to scrunch our shoulders up on the in-breath and drop them down and relax on the out-breath. And really feel free to let go of all the tension that we might be holding in this part of our bodies as we breathe out. Notice how it feels when they're scrunched up, and maybe how it feels different when they're relaxed and dropped. Just noticing the difference between these things. If your mind wanders, it's completely normal. Just gently guide it back to the movements and the breath, and congratulate yourself for noticing. So you're practicing mindfulness by noticing. I'm going to do a move, I think it's called the archer. So we did archery, so we like the look of this one. So with our hips facing forwards, float our arms up, moving with our breath, so on the in-breath. And then pull back the arrow, twisting from above the hips, so feeling the twist in your spine. We pull this arm back on the in-breath. Feel that stretch across our back and across our side. And release on the out-breath. Then again on the other side. Feel free to play around with the position, maybe holding the stretch if it feels right or comfortable to do so for a few seconds. Just noticing what it feels like when we're at the extent of that twist in a stretch that's comfortable for you. There's nothing to get right or wrong. It's not about doing it in any way of competition or better than yesterday or better than anyone. It's just about connecting with what we feel in our bodies as we move slowly, and connecting to each micro movement, our muscles and breath. Check in with yourself as you do this. Then we're going to float our arms down, Now we're going to imagine that we're picking up a beach ball. Again, moving with our breath. And we'll pick up and lift the ball on the inhale. Lifting it all the way up. And maybe like a slight bend, slight stretch in our spine. And really check in with ourselves and see if we can soften into this position. And then on the exhale, bringing the ball down. And lifting again. And seeing how it feels to stretch our muscles. Whether less would feel better, whether more would feel better. Remembering to breathe. We come back down. I feel so much better after just doing a little bit of mindful movement, honestly. I was just doing it to record the video while we had books on loan, but I might start doing this every day. I feel so much better. So then we can float our arms gently up again. You can do this standing or sitting, whatever's comfortable. And then we're going to slowly tuck our chin to our chest, and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll forwards, as long as this feels comfortable and you have no injuries. Until we're folded over as much as is comfortable. It's actually called the gorilla position, but I just think of it as the Walking Dead pose now, or hanging upside down like an elephant trunk. Remember to breathe in this position, because we don't spend a lot of time in this position upside down, really. See if we can soften into this pose and allow all of the tension in our neck and shoulders to just drain out of us through our arms, the top of our head, and into the ground. And then when you're ready, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back up, giving just a slight arch in the back for the counter pose. And then again, floating our arms up. And then gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, tucking our chin to our chest and rolling forwards and down. Really feeling how our body feels in each little movement here. And see if it maybe feels different on this second time. Try and soften into this position so your top half is gently hanging like an elephant trunk. And when you feel like you've softened into the position fully, seeing if you can just soften that little bit more. Allowing all of the feelings of tension to drain out of the top of our head and our arms and into the ground as we exhale. Take a few breaths in this position, remembering to breathe in it. And then slowly, when you're ready, roll vertebrae by vertebrae back up. I just feel a lot more relaxed after all of that. And if it feels right, you can do some stretches or shake your body out just to get out some of that energy. Just to bring some more Loosening to the muscles. Crack like a skeleton. For the next part, you may want to find a comfortable position. Usually we sit for this. The angle of the light in my room right now does not allow for that, but you are welcome to sit. I'm going to ground to anchors in the present moment. Try and notice the sounds in your current environment. Try and notice them with the sensation of allowing them to be. There is nothing you need to do or be for any of the sounds you hear, just a part of your current experience. You may allow your eyes to fall shut if that's comfortable, or leave them open with a soft gaze. Finding a comfortable posture. Feeling free to release whatever your mind might have come in with tonight. Letting go of thoughts of the past, or planning or worrying about the future. For now, it's enough to just be here, and you are welcome to simply relax into the present. Releasing thoughts as many times as you need to, and beginning to bring your attention again to your present experience. Begin by simply noticing sound and the sensation of hearing. Observing the sounds inside your body and the sounds outside of your body. Noticing the texture and the pitch of the sounds. Maybe listening for the quietest or most distinct sound. If you find yourself carried away at any time from the experience of hearing, just noting that and gently guiding your attention back to sound. It may be birds tweeting outside, slight rustling of my pages. Maybe you have a pet or a loved one close by and you can hear their gentle movements. Maybe the shuffling movements of your own body as you get comfortable. Maybe the rain outside. You don't have to make sense out of anything you're hearing. Just notice what it's like to hear these sounds. Always with a sense of allowing them to be there and not feeling the need to do anything. Take responsibility for anything about them. Now we're going to gently shift our awareness from the anchor of hearing to the anchor of touch and contact. It might be the contact that our feet are making with the ground. It may be feeling the weight of your body in the chair or on your cushion or bed. Noticing the places where your body makes contact with the floor and with whatever you're sitting or lying on. Maybe where your hands are resting on your lap or held by each other. Maybe notice the texture and the temperature of the air as it moves past your face. Maybe taking a moment to remember your intention for being here and committing to being present as best you can for the duration of this practice. Finding that gentle determination to stay with the practice, knowing that you can begin again, refreshing this intention and commitment as often as you would like to. Now allowing the different sounds and sensations to fade into the background of your awareness and resting the attention on the breath. Sensations in your abdomen as the breath moves in and out of your body. Observing the slight stretching as your abdomen rises with each in-breath, and the gentle falling with each out-breath. Focus your attention gently and firmly on each in-breath and each out-breath. Observing the sensations of the inhale and the exhale. If you'd like to, maybe you can visualize a balloon in your abdomen, gently inflating as you breathe in, gently deflating as you breathe out. Maybe notice the temperature of the air as it enters your nostrils and the warmer air coming out, or the sensation of the breath in your throat filling up your lungs, coming back out as you exhale. Maybe notice the slight pauses between the in-breath and the out-breath. Try and bring your awareness to that moment when you've breathed out fully for the next in-breath. There is no need to try and control or change the breathing in any way. Simply observe. Just observe your body breathing. When your attention wants to wander off the breath, just noticing that and gently guiding it back. Maybe noticing where your mind has wandered before gently returning to the breath. If you'd like to, you can picture something that you need right now. Maybe picture it as a word resting just in front of you, or as a concept, or a colour. It could be something like peace, it could be self-trust, it could be courage, it could be hope. As you breathe, imagine breathing it in to the whole of you. Imagine this concept that's whatever you need being breathed into every atom in your being as you inhale. And as you exhale, you could maybe think of something that isn't serving you, that you would like to release. It could be stress, it could be self-doubt, it could be shame, it could be tension. Imagine just breathing it out in the exhale and allowing it to be absorbed by the air around you. It may help to visualize a color, different color on your inhale as you breathe in, whatever it is that you need right now. And it's spreading through the whole of you. And then imagining a different color, the smoke coming out of you and being absorbed into the air as you exhale, allowing yourself to release and let go. If you would like, you could add a word, something like breathing in self-trust, breathing out self-doubt, we're going to move to a visualization. As you continue breathing, you may want to hold on to this attention on your breath, or you may want to allow your breath to breathe by itself. You may focus on the waves of breath as they enter and leave your body, not looking for anything to happen or for any special state or experience, just continuing to stay with the sensations of breathing. Now, letting the breath fade into the background, allowing your awareness to focus on the thoughts that arise in your mind. See if you can just notice the very next thought that arises in your mind, and letting it naturally pass by. And the next thought, allowing that to pass by too, without becoming involved in it or following it. You might imagine that you are sitting by a stream. Take a moment now to picture the stream in your mind. This place is completely safe and entirely within your control. It feels safe and welcoming, and there is no one else here with you, unless you would like somebody that makes you feel safe and comfortable as a companion. You are in complete control of what happens in this space. This stream feels welcoming and friendly. This place can either come from your imagination or from somewhere you've been where you felt at ease and comforted and safe. Now, as thoughts begin to arise, imagine you are sitting on the shore, watching them float by as though they were leaves on the water. As you become aware of each thought that appears, just gently allow it to float by. Thoughts might be words, or an image, or a sentence. Some thoughts might be larger or heavier, some smaller, quicker, or lighter. Whatever form the thought is in, as the next one appears, do the same, allowing it to float by. Just doing your best with this. If you find that you are worrying about what it should look like, or whether you are doing this right, just notice that these too are thoughts on the passing stream. If thoughts come quickly, you might picture the stream rushing with white water. As the thoughts calm down, the stream might slow down and flow more smoothly. If you find that you become lost in a thought, or your attention has wandered, you might congratulate yourself for becoming aware again, noticing, if possible, what thought pulled you away, and then simply beginning again, bringing your awareness back to observing your thoughts. If you find yourself following the thoughts, as often happens, as soon as you notice that they have carried you away from the present, simply stepping out of the stream brings your attention back to sitting on the bank, observing. Something you might try here is labeling thoughts as they appear. Maybe they are judgments about yourself, your experience, or how you're doing in this exercise. If so, just label that thought as judgment and let it pass. Perhaps you have a memory arise. If so, you might just label it as memory and let it pass by, carried away on the stream, allowing yourself to sit on the shore, continue observing. Perhaps plans come to mind about what you're going to do after today's session, or what you're going to say to someone in the future. Often fantasies come to mind. We imagine scenarios that might happen, or that we would like to happen. Just recognize the thoughts as judgments, memories, plans, fantasies, or any labels that work for you, and allow the thoughts to pass. Try practicing this now, and if no labels come to mind, that's okay too. You might just use the label thought, or simply notice that no labels come to mind, and continue to observe. If you find you are lost in one of the thoughts that has arisen, notice what that thought was that carried you away, and gently bring yourself back to the exercise of observing. Now, very gently, and when you are ready, allowing your awareness to focus on the room here, the body in this chair, on your bed, on your cushions. Awareness of the sounds in your environment, of the contact your feet are making with the ground, whatever surface they're on. giving yourself time to very gently allow your eyes to open when you're ready, holding this awareness as best you can as your eyes take in the room and the environment around you. And as we come to the end of this meditation, maybe spending some time just sending thoughts of thanks and of gratitude to yourself for giving yourself this space and this time to just be, and for all the work you're doing. Give yourself space to experience the present moment.